everyone, welcome back to Nav's Yoga channel. Today I'm going to teach you few intermediate hip stretches that you could include in your yoga practice to loosen up your psoas, your quads and your hip flexors. That is actually your psoas, so I'm going to teach you how to loosen up those muscles that usually create a lot of pain at the front of your hips and on the sides. So I'm going to teach you how to stretch those muscles. First of all, you come into your tabletop position. Bring your hands under your shoulders, bring your knees under your hips. Now bring your right foot between your hands. You could use your blocks under your hands. If you have hard time to bring your hands down to the ground, you could buy a couple blocks. You could use those blocks under your hands. You could also cup your fingers to lift your chest up. Make sure your front knee ankle is 90-degree angle. It helps to protect your knee, releasing extra pressure on your knee. Now my back knee is a little bit away from my hip. That helps to open up the front of my psoas, my hip flexor stretch. You could hold your stretch here. Take deep breath. If you feel too much pressure on your knee, you could bring your knee right under your hip, depending on your body. Hold your stretch. Look right in front of you. Breathe here. Take deep breath through your lunge. And then slowly come out of this. Take your right foot back. We'll do same thing on your other side. So bring your left foot between your hands. Again, front knee ankle is still 90-degree angle. You could keep your hands on the block. You could cup your fingers. You could press your palms down depending on your hips, depending on your hamstring. Lift your chest up. Keep your neck nice and long. Make sure you're engaging your core. Again, you could keep your right hip under, right knee right under your hip, or you could keep your knee slightly back depending on your knee. Take a few deep breaths here. Press your palms down, engage your core, step back. Coming into down dog. So tucking my toes, pressing up, stretching my hamstrings, stretching the back of my hips. Press your chest to your thighs. Hold your stretch here. You could paddle press your heels to loosen up your hamstrings more. Make sure you're breathing. Keep engaging your core. You could keep your heels up or down depending on your body, pressing your chest to your thighs. Hold your stretch, stretch your hamstrings. Make sure you're breathing. Take your right leg up to the ceiling. Engage your core. Slowly bring your right foot between your hands. Now cup your fingers, lift your back heel up, coming into your high lunge. Look right in front of you. Hold your stretch. You could keep your hands down to the ground. If it is too much for your body, again, you could lower your knees down. Look right in front of you. Open up that left hip slightly more. Take deep breath here. Press your palms down, press back to your three-legged dog. Lift your leg up and release your foot down. Hold your down dog. Press your chest to your thighs, release your spine. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. One more deep breath. Exhale it out. Same thing on your other side. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog, core tight. Inhale, slowly engage your core, bring your left foot between your hands. Framing your foot with your hands, keep your knee and ankle in one line. Look right in front of you. Hold your stretch, keep your back leg really tight. Make sure you're breathing, breathe through your psoas stretch, hip flexor stretch. Press your palms down, engage your core, step back, coming back into your down dog. Release your spine, stretch your hamstring, take a few deep breaths. On your next posture, bring your right leg up to the ceiling again, coming into your single pigeon. Pull your knee toward your right arm and then slowly bend your knee, coming down to your right hip, stretching your left leg back. You could take your block, you could place it under your right hip. If you have a towel, you could use a roll towel, you could place it under your right hip. You could use that as a prop. If you don't need that block, if your hip is already touching the ground, great. You could stay there. Make sure your left foot is pressing straight down. You're not turning to the side. So try to turn your left hip down. Both hips are squared down to the ground. Keep flexing your right foot. Keep pointing your left foot. You could bring your hands to the ground, lift your chest up, creating a back bend. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. One more deep breath. Exhale it out. You could stop here or you could come down to your forearms. Deepening that psoas stretch, you're stretching that left hip while you're stretching your right hip, your right glute. Take a couple deep breaths here. You could stop there. Maybe that's it. If you could bend your back leg, you could bend your back leg. If it is too much, you could let it go. If you're fine to go further, lift your chest up, breathe, creating a back bend. Take your left hand back, bend your left leg, reach for your left foot. Hold your quad stretch, breathe through it. This is a little bit more intense. Make sure you're breathing, keeping your chest forward, squaring your hips. You could reach that right arm up, pull your foot close to your hip. You could create a bind. You could create a bind with your hands. Hold your stretch. Couple deep breaths. And release. Let it go. Frame your foot. One more time. Tuck your back toe. Inhale. Press back to your down dog. Release your spine. Paddle press your heels. Reset yourself. Reset your body. Other side. Now this time bring your left leg up to the ceiling. Engaging your core. Hold your left knee toward your chest, coming into your single pigeon on your left side. Slowly lower your right hip down. If your left hip is off the ground, you could slide your block, place it under your left hip. You could use that prop there. If it is okay for your body to go that further, hip down, so make sure you're not turning toward your right side. Your right thigh is pressing down, right foot is pressing straight down. Left foot is flexed. Make sure you're breathing. Look right in front of you, open up your chest. Hold your back bend, take deep breath here. You You could stay up on your hands, or you could come down to your forearms, or all the way down. You could touch your forehead to the ground, depending on your body, how tight or how open are you with your hips. So listen to yourself. So there is no competition going. Yoga, it's more about journey. So it's one step at a time. Make sure you're breathing. Again, you could stop here. You could try to bend your leg there to stretch your quad. Maybe you could hold your foot there. If you could come up to create little back bend, making it a little bit more intense depending on your yoga practice. You could hold your stretch here. Reach for your foot with your right hand, holding your right foot. Open up your chest. Create a back bend. Engage your back muscles. You could lift that left arm up. Hold it here. Make sure you're breathing. You could hook with your elbow, right elbow back there. Reach it up. Engage your core. Take your hand back. Create a bind. Open up your chest. Hold it. Stretch that right quad. Stretch your left glute. Open up your chest. Breathe. And let it go. Bring your hands down. Tuck your back toe. Press back to your down dog. Paddle press your heels. Releasing your spine. Press your chest to your thighs. Hold your stretch. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. One more deep breath. Exhale it out. Slowly lower your knees down. Sit tall. Coming into cross leg position. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Namaste.